Hey, what's up, you guys? It's Black Lotus. I just came to stop in really quick and make a little video. I'm not doing a reading right now. I think I'll do one later on this evening. I will pick from the list of requests that I got from you guys. But I just wanted to address a couple of comments that I received between today and yesterday. And before I begin, I just want to thank you all for being a part of my channel. For those of you that have subscribed, thank you so much. For those of you that have commented and, left requests or, your feedback and your opinions, even the ones that came off, a little bit harsh, I appreciate you all as well. Everyone's opinion is valuable. Everyone's opinion is respected, period. As long as you're conveying your message in a respectful way, I can definitely digest that. I don't get offended by constructive criticism. And if you're telling me something that I can, take and, look at myself and see if there's something that I should change, I'm definitely open to that. And I appreciate it. Because you could just, leave and not say anything and I could continue to fuck up. So anyways, I received 2 comments and they were both on my Damo Wilson video that I dropped yesterday. And one of the comments, kind of said that I was being very biased in my reading. And the other one was kind of along the same lines. One of them came off a little bit harsh, but again, I appreciate all feedback no matter what. So I just wanted to explain to you guys how these readings work and how I personally work. I've been doing readings now for about 3 years, so I'm, fairly new, although I've had these abilities all my life. I didn't really start using them until a few years back. And everyone, no matter if you realize it or not, everyone has an ability or a couple. And so there's a few different ways that people receive information. So clairvoyance is seeing. So you might see spirits, with your naked eye. I see angels. I don't really see spirits unless, I'm in meditation. But that's also another way that you can see in your mind's eye. Then there's clairaudience, and that's when you hear. So, you might hear someone call your name and nobody's there. That's clairaudience, or, there's different ways. And then there's also claircognizance, which is kind of like if you just know something and you don't really know how you knew, you just know, you just have this deep sense of knowing. That's claircognizance. And then there's clairsentience, and that is feeling. And generally, that's feeling people's emotions or even, physical feelings, whatever the case may be. And then I'm also an empath, which means I absorb people's energy and I feel them in that way. And it's very similar. So every reading that I've done, I think I've done probably close to 300 so far. And honestly, no 2 readings have ever been the same. As I go into my meditation and I start doing my readings, I never know what's going to happen. Sometimes my clairvoyance is more active. Sometimes my clairsentience is more active. Sometimes my telepathy kicks in. I just never really know. But I just wanted you all to understand the way that I do my readings. I do have an opinion on these topics that I've covered, but I keep my opinion out of my readings. Mostly. I will admit that I have stated my opinion definitely once on the Nicki Minaj video and once on the Dama Wilson, but for the most part, like 99% of it is just me opening up and telling you what I feel. Now, right before I started YouTube, one of my Facebook friends who's been following me for some years, he told me some very valuable information, and I received it and I appreciated it, but I didn't apply it. And basically what he told me is when you do your readings, you shouldn't say, I feel whatever. You should just state it, with 100% confidence, and don't say that you feel it, because it does come off as it's your opinion. And I said, you know what, you're right. And at that time, my confidence had taken a little bit of a beating. Those of you that, excuse me, those of you that, use your abilities can probably relate that sometimes, the energy is just popping and, the information is coming through strong. And then other times, not so much. So I was going through a period of time at that time where I wasn't feeling 100% confident. But it's just been my habit to say I feel, simply because I do feel. Now, when I connect to someone to do a reading, I'll go into a meditation and, I'll, ask God to allow me to connect to whoever's energy it is and allow me to basically be a channel or a vessel of information. And I actually, like for example, if someone's having a headache, I'll pick up on your headache. Or, if you're feeling depressed, I will feel depressed. Or if you're having a hard time breathing, like I feel. So basically, when I'm doing these readings and I'm saying I feel, it is because I actually am feeling. I apologize. I just got a phone call, so I had to stop the video for a second, but I'm back. But anyways, yeah, that's just a habit of mine to say, I feel this person is going through this or this is going to happen. But I do realize that in saying that, for someone who doesn't know how I get my information, it definitely would come off as I'm just stating opinion after opinion after opinion. And what's crazy is all these readings that I've done, like the information that I've passed along differs a lot from my own personal opinion. For example, on the Nicki Minaj and Kenneth Petty reading I did, my opinion was kind of in alignment, but I actually felt like he had made some mistakes in life and he wasn't a bad guy and, she should give him a chance. But that's totally not what came up in the reading. And like with the Damo and Chrissy situation, I felt as though Chrissy was just kind of just on the defense because of her being attacked by people on social media. And I felt like she was really a sweet person. I've loved both of them, Like I said on that video, I don't really follow people, period, but I have followed them for a couple of years now. And I thought both of them were amazing, and I still do, whether they're together or not. I feel as though, they both have beautiful personalities, and I think they're both amazing. And, it's unfortunate to see them separate, but, that doesn't take away from who they are as individuals. And, going through a breakup can get nasty, and people can say some things that a lot of it they do mean, and a lot of it is just coming from a place of hurt. So I don't, I'm not using any of what is going on in social media to judge either of them. But, in the reading, a lot of negativity came up around Chrissy. And, another thing I'd like to add is whenever you get a reading, whether it's from me or from any other reader, we're picking up on your energy at that moment. So whatever your energy is telling us, we basically get a picture of what is going to manifest as a result. For example, let's say you have a bad day at work, and you're pissed off and you're like, fuck my boss type thing, and I hate my job. And if you come and get a reading from someone, chances are, what is going to come up as your projected future is, you might wind up leaving your job, blah, 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 something along those lines, because your energy and your subconscious is what causes things to manifest in your life. So, you can change that at any moment, which might change, what ultimately winds up happening. So when I do readings on Facebook, everybody knows how I operate. I haven't had any people that were dissatisfied with the readings that I've done on them personally. Um, and I try to stray away from telling people what I see happening for them in the future simply because they have the power to change that. I don't want to tell somebody, oh, you're going to lose your house and your job next week, because guess what? That is going to stay in their subconscious, and they're going to think about it, and it's going to be on the back of their mind so much to where they're going to make that manifest. I would rather tell them, you know, excuse me, I would rather tell them, I see this or that, but let me help you manifest what you do want to have happen. And then they say, okay, let's do it. So I tell them, do this, this, and that. And it's all about changing your own energy, changing your own thought patterns, your frequency. Frequencies are very similar to freeways. That's what I tell people. Let's just say, I'm in California, and if I'm getting on the freeway, and it says, take this freeway and you're going to LA. It doesn't matter if I would rather be in Chicago. If I'm on this freeway, I'm going to LA. Same thing with your frequency. Whatever energy it is that you're holding in your heart and in your subconscious, that is what is going to manifest. So let's say you have a house and you're having a hard time with your payments and you're worried about losing your house. Don't think about, oh shit, I'm going to lose my house, I'm going to lose my house, because whatever you focus on the most is what is going to come into fruition. Think about what you do want to have happen and not what you don't want to have happen. You have the power to change your future, So I said all that to say, especially in situations like this, like with Damo and Chrissy, where emotions are running high and everybody's energy is all over the place. A lot of wild shit could come up in a reading. When things settle down a little bit better, I'll probably do a follow-up reading. But I just wanted to let you all know that, excuse me, I'm not putting my opinion out there, but I definitely do appreciate both of those women coming to me and expressing this to me, because that definitely made me check myself. And I definitely do need to change the way that I present information to you. I'm not gonna say it's gonna change overnight, because I've been doing this for 3 years, but I'm definitely gonna start working on it effective immediately. Instead of saying I feel, I'm just gonna put it out there, whatever it is. And also, the first woman who messaged me gave me a very good suggestion, and she basically said that, you should, if you're going to put your opinion out there at all, then you should offer both sides of, the spectrum. And absolutely, that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to change the way that I present my information, as far as the actual wording. And if I put any of my opinion in these readings, which I don't plan to, I'll definitely speak from both sides and remain neutral in the situation. I am not on anyone's side. I'm not on Damo's side or Chrissy's side. I just feel like, what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. And I feel what I feel, and I pass that along. At the end of the day, this is just for entertainment purposes, and especially doing, celebrity readings. These people don't care about me or my readings or my opinions or any of that. So, it's just, I'm picking up on what I feel and I put it out there, and, I just wanted to say that I really appreciate those two women who came to me and expressed their feelings. And I just wanted to make this video really quickly so you guys can get a better understanding of me and, how my abilities work. And, I'm definitely going to make a conscious effort to change the way that I say things. But, as I said, I do plan on keeping my opinion out of readings. you know, because I'm not doing the whole celebrity gossip thing. I'm not sure exactly where this channel is going, to be honest. You know, I just woke up one day and said, hey, let's do a celebrity reading. Why not? So, you know, I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to do vlogging. I don't know if I'm going to do live readings. I don't know if I'm just going to do celebrity things. I don't know what I'm going to do. But, you know, you guys taking the time to give me feedback definitely helps me, you know, find my direction even better, you know, because I'm here to appease you viewers. So I just wanted to say thank you again for everyone, you know, no matter if you said something that wasn't very nice. And I'm not talking about these two ladies. I'm talking about, you know, a couple of other people. But regardless, you're here. You took time to watch the video, you know, leaving me feedback, you know. But for the most part, I would say 99.9% of the feedback that I've gotten has been positive and encouraging and loving. And I really, really just thank you guys, because I've been thinking about, you know, converting over to YouTube for shit since I started. But I was like, wow, that's like a whole different arena, because I had been on Facebook since 2010. So a lot of the people know me, you know, either for my Kanika Jenkins video, my live video, or, you know, when I used to talk about conspiracies, or my live readings or whatever. So it's like, they know me. They know how I work. They know how I talk. You know, they see that when I say something, you know, generally it happens. And they understand that, you know, I keep my opinion out of things. I respect people. And, you know, I definitely didn't mean to come off in that way. So I apologize for that. But I appreciate this being brought to my attention so I can check myself and make things better for you guys, because, you know, it's all about you guys. So I thank you again. I'm going to get off here and go do what I got to do. I'm going to go into my video requests tonight and just see, you know, whichever one I feel drawn to. And I'll make a quick video before I go to bed. So I love you guys, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your night and have a beautiful week. And I will be back soon.